If you are anything like me, you like a quick, lazy, easy makeup routine. So today I'm going to show you my quick 10-minute makeup routine. To go from this to this. Let's get started. So I already did my skincare. I just did it, so my skin is a little bit tacky right now, but I'm hoping that helps the makeup instead of hurts it. I usually do my skincare a little bit earlier so that I can really settle into my skin before I start my makeup, but I don't have time to do that today, so we are getting ready. I start with the Maybelline Master Prime, and this is the primer and base for blur and redness because I do get a bit of redness in my cheeks, so this just kind of helps to blur it out a little bit. I do want to note before this that I do have very, very, very dry skin. So I use products that work for me. I've been trying to use way less products. I'm trying to use the least amount of products that I can just to let my skin breathe, because the more products that I use, the more dry it gets. So we try to limit it as long as I'm not super red that day. I usually skip the foundation part and go straight to concealer. But again, it depends on what my skin looks like. Sometimes I go in with the e.l.f. Glow Serum, but the liquid filter, but I don't feel like doing that today. I might just add a little bit to my cheeks to try to disguise the redness, just a bit. But I'm not going to go overboard with it today because my skin is already super shiny from my skincare. And that just added a little bit of glow, and you can see that the redness went down a little bit, but the next step is my absolute holy grail. It is my favorite. I'm running out and I need to get more like ASAP. If you could see, I have pretty dark under eye circles and I've tried everything to get rid of them. They are just genetic. They are there. So we live with them. This Pixie Brightening Peach, it comes in a little jar like this. As you can see, I'm running really low. It's like game changer. Let me show you what one side looks like versus the other. So I just get a little bit. I use like a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to apply that under my eye. And I kind of put it wherever my concealer is going to go. So under my eye, and then I target any like really red spots. And if you see the difference, it like completely covers that dark circle. So that when you put your concealer on top of it, you don't have to put multiple layers of your concealer because this will disguise it for you. And then I use the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. So it is not the regular camo concealer, it's the hydrating one because again, I have dry skin and my under eyes in particular get really dry. And I just apply it here and up. I think I'm going to skip the foundation step today. I'm doing my normal makeup routine, which usually doesn't involve foundation, but I do put concealer in spots that I get pretty red, so like the tip of my nose, the tip of my lip just to brighten it, and then a little bit under my eyes, but I don't want to go overboard because then on my dry skin it gets a little bit cakey. Concealer is done, and there's a little bit of redness peeking through, but the bronzer and the blush will kind of cover it. I don't really want to put a lot of foundation or a lot of products on, like I said, because I don't want to dry out my skin. I have a birthday party to go to for my brother, so I want to make my skin look as refreshed as possible all day. The bronzer that I'm using at the moment is the People bronzer, and I don't really use contour. This is shade Neutral Tan. I just kind of bring this down. I don't really go up the sides of my face as much because I do have an oval face shape, but a little bit on the forehead and then a little bit on the nose. Again, this isn't contour, this is bronzer, so it's just going to add a little bit of color to my face. And we need some color. So I just get like a packed brush and I kind of just brush it all in. I just realized my fan was on for that entire time. Because I'm so pale, these colors come off super harsh on me, so I kind of just take my beauty blender with the leftover concealer on it and really just kind of blend out all those edges. After bronzer, I'm going to go in with my blush, and this time I am using I believe this is the Honest Company Rose Pink Cream Blush. And I just take a fluffy brush and I just bring it, and I use a different method now. I don't put it on my cheek, I bring it in a circle up onto my eyelid, so it gives the illusion of lifting the face. And it also gives the illusion of, oops, I put too much. It also gives the illusion of a little bit of eyeshadow as well. Since I put too much, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the bronzer and just kind of pat in those edges. And if you see, it went onto my eyelids a little bit, so it lifts my face and it gives the illusion of a little bit of makeup. We have a new accessory. I just really burnt my hand on my hair wand, so I have Neosporin on it, so this is what we're working with right now. Anyways, so blush, and then I put a little bit of powder, but not much because, again, dry skin. This is the Juno & Co. translucent powder. It is just for brightening, so I don't use a sponge for this. Most of the time I'm in a rush, and I don't like a lot of powder anyways because it'll really show the lines of my face, but I take a little bit on a fluffy brush. I kind of just press it under my eyes and on the sides of my nose, my chin, and this T area where I get the most glow, or the most, where I want the makeup to set the most. So the next thing I'm going to use is eyeshadow, and I'm using Tati's palette. I'm going to go in with the burgundy just because burgundy is great for my eyes, and I do a super simple, I kind of just go under, drag this out into a little wing. Bring it over on top, and that's about it. And then on the inner corner, add a little bit to the lower lash line and a little bit to the upper, so that it really just brightens the eye. It adds a little bit without adding too much. And same thing with the other eye. To brighten the inner corners of my eye, I've been loving the NYX Ultimate Glow Shot. This is in High Key Lychee. I just add a little bit of this to the inner corners. And similar to my Pixie product, I use a flat makeup brush and I just bring that over and then onto the inner corner. And that's it for eyes. Next I do my eyebrows, but I lost my eyebrow product that I really like, so right now I'm using the Maybelline eyebrow pencil. It's really thick, and I'm just going to get a spoolie and just kind of brush my eyebrows up and over so that I know what I need to draw in. And if you can see, this is a super thick end, but it is a triangle, so it makes it a little bit easier. And I don't really do much to my eyebrows. I just kind of fill in where they need to be filled in. And then I'm going to take the same spoolie and just kind of brush that into the brow. Not much to be done there. The last step that I do besides lipstick and setting spray is curl my lashes. And I am using the very famous or infamous L'Oreal Telescopic Lift mascara. I'm running out of this, so I don't have much left, but I use the brown instead of the black because on green eyes, supposedly, brown looks better. And then the last step that I do before setting spray is I just take a burgundy, this is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Plum Together. I just take this and I outline my lips and then I blend it in and put a chapstick over it. So it just gives that light color to the lip without being like too intense, and then I usually add a chapstick over it, which I don't have with me right now. And then I use the e.l.f. Stay All Night Fine Mist Spray and just And that's all I do. So that's my quick little lazy 10-minute routine. It looks pretty good. It's not like the best it could be, but it gets you out of the house. Alright girlies, and that is it for today's video. Thanks for sticking with me through it. I know this one was a little bit of a mess with me getting burnt and not having a couple things on me, like my chapstick, but all I do is put like a lip gloss over this or a chapstick, and that's it. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what other things you want to see in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!